So, with that, we now proceed to our first speaker present here. And we now move to Professor Victoria Avena of the College of Law to share with us her views and ideas and the legal aspect of the issues we're facing now. So, Professor Avena.
Thank you, Doctor. Good afternoon, Justice Mendoza, colleagues, mga mahal na mag-aaral ng ating mahal na universidad na supposedly kayo ang pag-asa ng bayan. Let's see that this afternoon, okay? Okay, this concept paper talks about Diktadura. I see that it's the third in a series. So it's supposed to be a culmination of a historical treatment. But of course, Diktadura is mentioned in the context of our constitutional design. A topic which is of course the expertise of our last speaker, Justice Mendoza. So what I'll do, what I prepared, considering that I am a professor of procedure, right, is to focus on the most recent development in this continuing saga of Kuno, according to some, a slowly creeping unannounced declaration of authoritarianism. And the latest saga involves the step of quo warranto, right, following the step of impeachment. I prepared a short PowerPoint presentation just to guide what I'll share with you. Okay, so let me just follow it plate by plate. If we go back, can we go back to the title? Essence of the OSG, Office of the Solicitor Generals. Basis for the quo warranto petition against the Chief Justice. I just will quote that part of the petition that constitutes the essence of his grounds for quo warranto. Kasi mahaba yung petition niya, no? 77 page ata ba? So, yun lang pinaka-essence. Okay? So, we go to the next slide, and this is the title of the quo warranto thing, and the petition states, in essence, the following. Okay, so under Article 8, Section 7, Paragraph 3 of the 1987 Constitution, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the Republic, like any member of the judiciary, down to the lowest level judge, must be of proven integrity, period. Cognizance of this eligibility requirement. May I backtrack on that word? Eligibility requirement. Look at the first sentence again. Merong qualification sinabi. Proven integrity, period. Sa pangalawang sentence, sinabi, eligibility requirement daw yun. Yun ang sinabi ni Sol Gen Calida. Be careful, I do not know. Is integrity a qualification? Or is it a requirement on the basis of eligibility? I am not a constitutional law expert, but I hope I learned my consti law a little well, alright? To understand na may technical definition of eligibility. Okay? Alright, so let's not get lost there. I'm just trying to emphasize to you, nagkaroon ng transition. Yung una, mini-mention proven integrity. Pangalawang sentence, biglang sinabi, eligibility requirement na yung proven integrity. Tama. The Judicial and Bar Council in 2009 directed all applicants for the position of Chief Justice submit 10 statements of sal-ens prior to their application. Okay, maybe we can go to the next slide. Sabi ng petition ng Solgen, Respondent Maria Lourdes P. Sereno did not do so, meaning submit 10 sal-ens. Although she began her government service as a professor at the Hill College of Law, etc., the report to the JBC nevertheless has mistakenly said complete requirements, meaning, sinabi ng JBC report, nagbigay siya ng 10 sal-en. Okay. Pero sabi ng petition, she did not. Alright. Pangalawa, this misled the JBC into including her in the shortlist na ibibigay sa presidente. Okay. In the shortlist, she was subsequently appointed to the highest position in the judiciary, notwithstanding her failure to prove her integrity. Pinagsama na yung dalawa. Did you notice it? Una, sabi, proven integrity ka. Pangalawa, dapat eligible ka. Sa mga kapit, kung hindi ka nagbigay nung, in fact, tatlong concept yun, ha? May I backtrack, ha? Okay. Pasensya na kayo, makulit talaga mga abogado. Alright? But I understand, poli-sci students are also trained to be that. Doctors, eh. Alright. Again, ha? Una sinabi, qualification mo to be a Supreme Court member, just like any other member of the judiciary. Number one, proven integrity. Number two, requirement yan for eligibility. Number three, dahil hindi ka nagbigay ng JBC requirement, ha? Hindi sinabi Constitution. Alright. Dahil hindi ka nagbigay ng JBC requirement na 10 salin, yun. That means you did not prove your integrity. Alright? So we go to the next page. Respondent Sereno was appointed as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, although she did not show that she is a person of proven integrity, an indispensable qualification for membership in the judiciary. That's, okay, if we go back, alright, if we go back, that is reiterating the first qualification of proven integrity. Okay, yun ang sinasabi. Although this time, it was married, no? Isinabay na sa requirement ng SALN ng JBC. Okay. Second, such ineligibility means that she is unlawfully holding the position of Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, even as she was ostensibly recommended by the JBC plan. So, ang conclusion, right, doon sa nakaraan na 4 na tinataw na analysis, proven integrity, eligibility, and then qualifications, right? Conclusion, ika-4, unlawfully holding the position. Okay? Yun ang sinasabi ng petition. Next. Okay. Before we go to that, I just want to, at this point, ask ourselves, ano ba ang eligibility requirements para sa isang miyembro ng Supreme Court sa Constitution? If I am not mistaken, 5 yata yan eh. Citizen of the Republic, 40 years of age, registered voter, resident for 10 years prior to the election, and registered voter on election day, no? And then, may kalima. Justice na sabi nun. Anyway, what am I trying to say? Wala sa constitutional requirement ng eligibility ang SALN. Okay, so far so good. So now, itong tanong. This is a co-warranted petition. Itong dinala ni Soljen Candida. Iba ito sa impeachment na dinala ng House of Reps. Alam natin yan. So, intindihin natin. Therefore, ano ba ang co-warranto? The co-warranto is an action that is defined in the rules of court as well as other laws. Hindi lang rules of court. Meron din yung mga election law na kung saan pinapayagan ang co-warranto in respect of some candidates who may be disqualified. Okay. Pero hindi natin pag-uusapan ang election law. Bakit? Kasi yung dinalang action ni Soljen Candida ay co-warranto under the rules of court. Alright? Yun ang ginawa niya. Ito yung Rule 66. Go to the next slide. I hope you can read it. No? Rule 66 co-warranto says in section 1, may provision na yan, tapos merong susunod pang section, tapos merong susunod pa. Before we go to the next slides, I was just going to tell you that those sections that will come after this are those that tell you how many ways do you file co-warranto under the rules of court. By the way, rules of court are those rules of procedure in our courts of law that are promulgated by the Supreme Court. Okay? So, yung pinaka-recent natin is yung 1997 Rules of Court. Nag-govern yan ng mga actions sa ating courts of law. Maraming courts. Baka pwede na. As you know, maraming klaseng courts, no? Merong basketball court, tennis court, okay. We're talking about courts of law. I'm sure you know that. Diba? Hindi yan administrative agency, no? Hindi gaya ng civil service, pwede kang patalsilin sa trabaho. O naman, Oo naman. Yun ang tawag doon, quasi-judicial agency. They fall under the executive branch. Pero pag sinabi mong courts of law, nasa judiciary yun. And of course, I'm sure, alam niyo yan, tatlo lang naman ang branch ng government eh. Executive, legislative, judiciary. So pag sinabi natin courts of law, yun yung mga napapaloob sa judiciary. Okay? At doon, ano ba silbi ng korte? Naghahain ka ng action or demanda. I'm sure you know that. Except baka hindi nyo alam, tatlong klaseng demanda lang meron. Tatlo lang. Criminal, civil, or special proceedings. Saan napapaloob ang OWARan to? Hindi yan special proceeding. Civil action yan. Pero special civil action. Okay? So, parang may overview kayo. So, civil action itong OWARan to. Tatlong klaseng paraan para mag-file ng OWARan to. Ito yung una. Sabi, in fact, hindi ito yung unang paraan. Ito yung grounds para mag-file ng OWARan to. So, meron siyang letter A, merong letter B, merong letter C. Letter A ang basihan ni Solgen Kalida. Okay? So, I will read. Section 1, action by government against individuals, period. An action for the usurpation of a public office, position, or franchise may be commenced by a verified petition brought in the name of the Republic of the Philippines against, letter A, a person who usurps, intrudes into, or unlawfully holds or exercises a public office, position, or franchise. Yung franchise, wag na yun. Kasi alam naman natin, yun yung lisensya para magnegosyo. Hindi yan ang pinag-usapan dito. Pinag-usapan is yung public office or position. Meaning to say, yung pwesto or opisina na pinangahawakan ng isang public official. Meaning, nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno. Whether nasa line agency, whether nasa government-owned or controlled corporation, it doesn't matter. Basta nasa gobyerno ka, public officer position yun. At ang OWARan to, dito sa unang ground, dinadala, naghain ng petition or demanda dahil daw mayroong isang opisyal na, 1, nag-usurp ng position na yun. 2, nag-intrude into. 3, ano yung 3? Unlawfully holds or exercises. Pare-pareho na rin yun. What it is trying to say is, you are not supposed to be holding that position because you have no right to it. So, you are an unlawful holder or exercising. Kaya ang tawag sa iyo, usurper. Yan ang unang ground. At yan ang ground ni Solgen Kalida. Si Justice o Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno daw ay usurper. Ay hindi siya dapat nasa posisyon ng Chief Justice. Kaya yan ang first ground. So now, yung pangalawa sa pangatlo, hindi naman yung nag-uusapan, pwede na nating i-ignore, no? And we go to the next plate. Ang sinasabi dito, 3 ways of filing a warrant to suit in court. First, ito yung unang paraan. Section 2. When Solicitor General or Public Prosecutor must commence action, period. The Solicitor General or Public Prosecutor, when directed by the President of the Philippines, or when upon complaint or otherwise, he, the Solgen, has good reason to believe that any case specified in the preceding section can be established by proof, must commence such action. Anong punto? Number 1, sa unang paraan na to, unang punto, sino ang magdadala ng OWARan to? Soldier. How? 1, inutusan siya ng presidente? Or 2, may nagreklamo. At sa paniniwala niya, base sa reklamo yon, dapat mag-file ng OWARan to dahil mayroong ebidensya na nangyari yung A, B, or C sa naunang plate. Remember yung unang plate? Ground. Ground, may usurper. At may ebidensya. O sa unang paraan ng OWARan to, yan ang nasa harap ng Solgen. Inutusan siya ng presidente, o mayroong complaint, may reklamo, and he believes, based on the evidence, that there is somebody who is a usurper. Kapag ganun ang situation, he must file the OWARan to. Can you believe it? Hindi to option, ha? Must. Duty niya yun. Kung hindi siya mismo, may impeach just joking. Kung hindi niya gagawin ang trabaho niya, siya mismo lagot sa batas. Yun ang sinasabi. Okay, yan ang rules of court. Rule 66. Okay? Section 2. Next complaint. Next plate. Pangalawang pamamaraan ng pag-file ng OWARan to. Section 3. when Solicitor General Public Prosecutor may commence action with permission of the court, ano sinabi? The Solgen or a public prosecutor may, with the permission of the court in which the action is to be commenced. Meaning to say, hindi lang yung Solgen na mag-uumpisa, dapat papayagan siya ng korte na kung saan niya isasampay yung kaso. Alright? Sa pangalawang paraan na yan, okay, ito, hindi siya inutusan ng presidente. At hindi rin yung basta meron lang complaint. Kung hindi, mayroong tao na ang tawag relator. Parang complainant na rin yun. Except, mas may technicality dito sa requirement. Dito, sa requirement na ito, mayroong magkikwento sa Solicitor General, kaya ang tawag merong relator. Okay? Pero itong relator na ito, magbabayad, no, ng posibleng expenses na mangyari dahil sa kasong inuudyok niya yung soldier na isampa. Alright? Yan ang pangalawang, okay? Pangalawang paraan ng kawalan to. Next, please. Ito, ikatlong paraan ng kawalan to. Section 5. When an individual may commence such an action, period. A person claiming to be entitled to a public office or position usurped or unlawfully held or exercised by another may bring an action therefore in his own name. Yung ikatlong paraan, yung taong naagawan ng pwesto, yung karibal sa posisyon, siya ang nagre-reklamo. Alright? Sa ganyan nga pagkakataon, hindi niya kailangan dumaan sa soldier. Siya mismo pwede mag-file ng complaint. Siya mismo, bakit? Naagawan siya ng pwesto, no usurper. Pero, on the first ground na naman yun, merong nag-usurp. Okay? So sa ikatlong paraan, hindi soldier ang involved, kundi yung taong sinasabi yan, nalugi siya. Okay? Next click. Ngayon, kapag nanalo, yung nag-bring ng kawaran to, ano ang labas ng kaso? Ito ang labas. Section 9. Okay? Itong effect ng pagkapanalo ng kawaran to. Section 9. Judgment where usurpation found. Period. When the respondent is found, respondent yung dinimanda. Okay? When the respondent is found guilty of usurping, intruding into, or unlawfully holding or exercising a public office, position, or franchise, judgment shall be rendered that such respondent be ousted and altogether excluded therefrom, and that the petitioner or relator, as the case may be, recover his costs, period. Such further judgment may be rendered determining the respective rights in and to the public office, position, or franchise of all the parties to the action as just reports. Meaning to say lang naman, pag nanalo yung nagdemanda, sasabihin ng korte, tama ka, base sa ebidensya, merong usurper na hindi dapat na-question. At ikaw, usurper, sa bakatwid, get out. You are removed from office because you are a usurper. At doon sa judgment na yun, kasama doon ang award, shall we say, or grant, no, ng position in terms of holding and exercising doon sa taong tama lang na kumuha ng pwesto, na maupo doon. Okay? Whether it's the relator or the complainant. Right? Point is whether it's through the soldier or directly through him, if he is claiming entitlement to the position, there's another, through any of the three modes, ang result? Iisa lang. Isa lang ang result. Removal of the usurper from the public position or office. Okay? So, klaro yun, no? Yun ang relief na hinihingi ng kawalan ko. Umalis ka sa pwesto. Right? So now we proceed. Mayroong limitation sa Section 11 ng Rule 66. Alright? Pinili ko lang dito sa rule ng kawalan to sa Rules of Court, yung mga pinaka-importante. Alright? At ito, ang sa akin, naturally importante. Bakit? Section 11 talks about limitations which constitute prescriptive period for the filing of the action. Okay. Ano sinasabi? Nothing contained in this rule shall be construed to authorize an action against a public officer or employee for his ouster from office unless the same be commenced within 1 year after the cause of such ouster or the right of the petitioner to hold such officer position, blah blah. Anong ibig sabihin? Kung meron ng dahilan or ground para matanggal ka sa pwesto na nabisto ng gobyerno, either through the Solicitor General, the President, relator, right? Or yung karibal mo, nakita, tapos may ebidensya, at dinimanda ka, okay? Yung demanda na yon dapat isampa sa korte within 1 year, magmula nung na-discover yung dahilan na dapat matanggal ka siya. Yun ang tinatawag na prescriptive period. Okay? Prescriptive period to file action. Pag hindi mo sinampayan sa korte, within that 1 year prescriptive period, what will happen to the action? Done. Dead. Buried. That's it. You cannot file it anymore. The court is not supposed to accept it. Kasi mayroong limitasyon sa batas mismo. Okay? 1 year from the time the cause of action arose, from the time the usurpation occurred. 1 year. Alright, so now we go to the next. Questions on the basis of Rule 66 itself. Dahil alam na natin ang Rule 66, pwede na tayo mag-analisa. So itong mga guidelines natin para sa akin, para mag-analisa. Tuloy. Prescription under Section 11. Specifically, of course, no, with respect to the co-warrant to action against the present Chief Justice, the question foremost is the co-warrant to action that the Solgen brought limited by Section 11 of Rule 66 in terms of the 1 year prescriptive period? Yes or no? Yan, kayong sasagot niyan. Dahil matatalino ang estudyante ng universidad. Alright? When did the cause of action arise? Supposedly, sinasabi ni Solgen kanina, you did not comply with the 10 SALN requirement when you applied for the post of Chief Justice in 2012. Kung ganun pala, no, yung basihan para i-oust ka, tumakbo na noong 2012. 2012 plus 1, 2013. Meaning to say, 1 year prescriptive period ended, right? 1 year after it arose in 2012. So magmula, according to Solgen Galida, magmula nung hindi nagbigay o nag-submit ng 10 SALN ang Chief Justice, noong 2012 na nag-apply siya as Chief Justice or for the position of Chief Justice, magmula niyang hindi siya nag-submit niyan, the 1 year period ran. Okay? Mula nung, kunyari na lang, kunyari hindi siya nag-submit March 1. Okay? So count 1 year from March 1, 2012. That will be 2013. Is it February 28? Depende kung leap year. Just joking. Alright. The way we construe a year under the Civil Code, Article 13, is that a year is 365 days. Alright? So pagpalagay ng February 28, yung umpisa ng pag-count ng 1 year, no? Yung count 365 days. Right? Sa dulo ng 365 days, yan ang 1 year limitation. At yung last day niyang 365 years and 365 days na yan, yan ang dapat na deadline mo sa pagsampa ng co-warrant to. Kung ang basihan mo ay non-submission ng 10 SALN. So, kailan finally Solgen Galida itong present co-warrant to against the CJ? Well, today is May. Kailan ba siya final? April? I really don't know, but obviously it's 2018. And siguro naman 2018 minus 2013 is obviously more than 1 year. No? I trust UP students can count, no? So, yun ang una kong question.
Okay.
Yan ang una kong question. Prescription. Second, usurpation. Meron bang definition ng usurpation? Well, yes, sa jurisprudence na marami at mahaba na pag kinuwento ko sa inyo, magiging law students na kayo. Kaya hindi tayo magkakwentuhan ng punto, kundi bibigay ko lang ang essence as usual. And what is the essence of usurpation? It means utter absence of even colorable title. Okay? Ang basihan niya, Nationalista Party versus De Vera, 1949 case, pero good, no? Good law. For example, it is alleged that the term of office of the public officer holding and exercising the position has already expired. That's Republic versus Imperial, no? Kapag lumalabas na talagang walang basihan na, no? Para mag-occupy ka dyan at mag-exercise ng mga powers ng posisyon na yan. Pag klarong-klaro, very obvious, wala ka bang colorable title. Yun ang ibig sabihin. Kapag meron kang colorable title, mayroon namang basihan para ikaw maupo dyan at mag-continue. Pero kung expired na obvious, yun. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng wala man lang colorable title. Alright? So, kapag halatang halata, wala kang colorable title, pero nandyan ka rin, nakapwesto ka pa rin nag-exercise, ang tawag doon, usurpation. You are usurping the office already. Alright. Question. Chief Justice Sereno was included by the JBC in its shortlist. Whether tama or mali, yun ang nangyari. Sinama siya sa shortlist. At yung shortlist na yun ang binigay sa presidente. Now, basihan doon, in-appoint siya ng presidente. So, ang tanong, noong nag-assume siya ng position based on the JBC and the Supreme Court's actions, may colorable title ba siya o wala? Together with that, of course, we have to kind of refer to the doctrine of presumption of regularity, of the exercise of a public official's functions and powers. That presumption means that until it is proved otherwise, you are presumed to be exercising powers correctly or in accordance with law. That is different pa from the doctrine of de facto officer, which says na pagpalagay ng lalabas na wala ka talagang karapatan dyan, but still, during the time na hindi pa napapatunay wala kang karapatan, valid yung mga in-exercise mo, saka yung mga acts na nakomit mo. Next. Okay, balik na tayo sa eligibility. Eligibility refers to the legal qualifications for election or appointment to a specific public position. And, President, I do not, mali yata, dapat Chief Justice, Public President ang nailagay dito. It's alright. I'm sure you have a copy of the Constitution, right? And you have the requirements, for the appointment of Justice of the Supreme Court. So, actually, it's almost the same. So, we proceed, okay. Look at the JBC tensile and requirement. The JB is a recommendatory body. Except, very important siya. Bakit? Under the Constitution, yung kanyang rekomendasyon lang ang basehan ng Presidente sa pag-appoint. The President cannot appoint anybody as Justice of the Supreme Court who is not in the JBC list. But what is that list for? It is to limit the President's appointment to certain choices only, and in the process of giving the list, the JBC has the power to make its own rules. And it is in that exercise of the power to make rules na inimbento ng JBC, okay, nilay down yung requirement na dapat kung aplikante ka, magbigay ka ng 10 SALN pag nag-apply ka. You see? Bakit in-impose ng JBC yan? I would say is an internal rule to guide itself in order to see kung dapat ba i-recommenda yung nominee sa Supreme Court ay sa Presidente for appointment to the Supreme Court o hindi. Alright? So the 10 SALN requirement or rule is an internal rule of the JBC to guide itself, if you ask me. Alright? It is not in the Constitution and it's not in any law. But sa paningin ng JBC, pag tinignan ko yung SALN mo, makita ko kung ikaw ba mukhang corrupt official o hindi dahil may unlawfully acquired wealth ka under 1379, Republic Act. Basihan niya lang yun, guide or criterion niya lang yun. Okay? So yun ang in-impose ng JBC para lahat ng nominee magbigay ng 10 SALN para pag-aralan niya at alam kung sino i-recommenda sa Supreme Court. But does the Constitution require that the nominee, okay, submit these 10 SALNs? No. Okay, yung ito lang yung sinabi ko. Therefore, yung bang submission ng 10 SALN, part ng eligibility requirement ng Constitution? Answer, no. Right? Next question. Next. Co-warrant and impeachment. Next, please. Reverse the situation. Imagine that a citizen relator files a complaint with the OSG for the ouster of any government official on the ground of lack of integrity. If the Supreme Court's decision in the co-warrant results in the removal of Chief Justice Sereno, it will mean that the Solgen must file the co-warrant suit and the Supreme Court must oust the official. Remember? Must yan eh. Next. Therefore, what factual basis are covered within this new ground? Eligibility based on integrity? Will it cover number 1? Negligence? Katulad yan. Di ba merong hindi nag-award ng housing project? Kung negligent yun, pwede bang i-oust ng Solgen based on co-warrant to? On the ground that negligence means lack of integrity? Secondly, failed policy. Yung tukhang, nag-fail. dami pa rin drug cases, blah, blah, blah. Pwede bang ikawaran ko ng soldier? Oy, De La Rosa, bato, malis ka dyan. Wala ka integrity, nag-fail eh. Oh, number 3, conflict of interest. Secretary Teo, kung hindi nag-resign, pwede ba ikawaran to ni Soldier Calida? On the ground of conflict of interest, bakit? Hindi yung integrity. You see? Ginagamit niya yung lack of salary as integrity eh. Ika-4, marital infidelity. Meron mga nag-disbar dyan. Ngayon, marami tayong public officials na medyo kaya pwede ba sa ikawaran to, Soldier Calida, on the ground that infidelity is lack of integrity. Di ba? Alright, etc. Question mark. That's for you. Next, please. Alright. So, implications regarding independence of constitutional institutions. If the current Chief Justice is ousted by a quo warranto, that means the Soldier can at any time file quo warranto against Vice President Robredo, regardless of the rule on forum shopping. Bakit? Kasi yun ang nangyari ngayon. May pending na impeachment against CJ Sereno, and yet, nagko-warranto. So, just therefore, kahit mayroong protest si Mr. Marcos against Robredo, pwede rin iko-warranto. Diba? For any reason whatsoever. Lack of integrity. Bakit? Nandaya ka sa eleksyon. Bilangin natin yung mga boto mo. You see? So, integrity, okay, is a very broad ground for ouster, no? Pinagsama yung eligibility sa integrity. So, we don't know. Next. Okay. Well, go about this Philippines. All I'm saying is, our design ng Constitution, based on history and culture, is democracy. Yeah? What is the essence of democracy? Due process. Yun lang. Alisin mo due process, wala tayong Constitution. True or false? Alright. Pangalawa, what is the extent? If due process is violated, what is the effect on our system? It is eviscerated. It is disemboweled. It's like you have no constitutional design at all. Next. In this constitutional design, the Supreme Court is the last bulwark of democracy. For this reason, it was given expanded powers which flipped the political question doctrine. For this reason, the Supreme Court is peculiarly commanded by the constitutional design to adhere to the rule of law and be an impartial arbiter. Next plate. Malapit na. Okay. Remember Plato. Who will guard the guardians? Number 1, sovereignty resides in the people. 2, unconstitutional act is null and void. 3, without impartiality, a judicial decision is void for lack of judicial process. This is Galman versus Digan Bayan, no? You know that, no? Ito yung panahon ng, supposedly, hindi na martial law, but Marcos still was this influence, no? The proceedings in the Galman case, no? During the assassination of Ninoy Aquino, right? And the prosecutor, Leonardo Tamayo, was summoned by Marcos, no, to Malacanang, and together with other prosecutors, was commanded to, moro-moro na lang kayo. That's what happened. Kaya si Diman, di ba, lumalabas na siya yung assassin ni Ninoy, okay. The Supreme Court in that case ruled that if a decision violates due process of law, and it is a sham decision, it is void. Especially if the court that handed down the decision was not impartial. Because that's the heart, no, of our due process of law. If you are not impartial, okay na mag-judge. Right? Kampihan mo na lang yung kabila. Because a judge should be in the middle. Pag hindi ka in the middle, void. Is there anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Avena.